Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English Beginners.
Today I am at the airport, and I feel many emotions inside me because airports are always busy and loud, but also exciting and calm at the same time. I see people walking fast, families hugging, and travelers checking their tickets again and again. I like watching planes outside the window because they make me dream about new places. Sometimes I feel nervous before flying, but I also feel happy because a journey is starting.
I feel the same when I am at the airport because it is a place full of stories and different feelings. I hear many languages around me, and it makes me curious about where people are going. I usually arrive early because I do not want to rush or miss my flight. Airports can be stressful, but they also give me time to think, sit quietly, and enjoy a coffee before boarding.
Right now, I am standing near the check-in counters, and I can see long lines of people waiting with suitcases and backpacks. Some people look tired, and others look excited and smile a lot. I always check my passport many times because I am afraid to lose it. The airport staff look very busy, but they are also helpful and kind. This place feels like a small city with its own rules.
When I see the check-in area, I remember my first flight and how nervous I was at that time. I did not know what to do, and everything felt confusing. Now I feel more comfortable, but I still feel a little nervous inside. I like to organize my documents and keep them in one place. Watching people travel reminds me how big and interesting the world really is.
I usually arrive at the airport very early because I want enough time for everything. I do not like to feel rushed or worried about missing my flight. When I enter the airport building, I take a deep breath and look around slowly. I check the big screens to find my flight number and gate. This moment makes me feel serious, but also excited because my journey is becoming real.
I also like to arrive early because it helps me stay calm and relaxed. When I rush, I forget things and feel stressed. At the airport entrance, I always stop for a moment and look at the planes outside. I enjoy the sound of rolling suitcases and announcements in the background. It feels like the beginning of a story. I think arriving early gives me control and peace of mind.
After entering, the first thing I do is find the check-in counter for my airline. I look carefully at the signs hanging from the ceiling. Sometimes I feel confused, but airport workers are always there to help. I put my suitcase on the scale and wait while the staff checks my ticket and passport. When they print my boarding pass, I feel relieved and happy because one step is done.
For me, the check-in process is very important because it sets the mood for the trip. I smile at the staff and try to be polite because kindness helps everyone. I always watch the screen when my luggage is weighed, hoping it is not too heavy. When I receive my boarding pass, I read it carefully to check my seat and gate number. It feels official and exciting.
After check-in, I usually feel lighter because my big suitcase is gone. I only have my small bag with me, and it makes moving easier. I take a moment to organize my things and put my passport in a safe place. Then I start walking toward security control. This part always makes me a little nervous because I worry about forgetting something or doing something wrong.
Security control is also a stressful moment for me, even though I have done it many times. I remove my jacket, belt, and shoes slowly and place them in the tray. I try to stay calm and follow the instructions carefully. When my bag goes through the scanner, I always watch closely. Passing security feels like another big step closer to the airplane and the journey ahead.
When I finally pass security, I feel a strong sense of relief. I smile without thinking and take a deep breath. The airport suddenly feels more friendly and open. I look for signs that show the gates and walking directions. Sometimes I stop and sit for a minute because my legs feel tired. This moment is good for relaxing and preparing my mind for the flight.
After security, I feel like the hardest part is over. I usually walk slowly and enjoy the duty-free area. I look at shops, perfumes, and souvenirs, even if I do not buy anything. It's fun to see products from different countries. I often buy a small gift for someone special. This area feels colorful and calm, and it helps me forget my worries.
I like to find my gate early and sit nearby so I can listen for announcements. I always check the screen to make sure nothing has changed. Sometimes flights are delayed, and that can be frustrating. I take out my phone and listen to music or read something simple. Waiting at the gate makes me feel quiet and thoughtful. I watch other passengers and imagine their stories.
Waiting at the gate gives me time to relax and think. I usually charge my phone and send messages to family or friends. I like watching airport staff prepare for boarding because everything looks organized and professional. Sometimes I feel tired from waiting, but I remind myself that patience is part of traveling. This calm time helps me feel ready for the flight and more confident.
When boarding starts, I feel my heart beat a little faster. I stand up and join the line slowly, holding my boarding pass tightly. I listen carefully to the announcements and follow my group number. Walking through the tunnel toward the plane feels unreal to me. I smile when I see the airplane door because I know a new experience is waiting inside. Boarding always brings mixed emotions for me. I feel excited but also a little afraid, especially if the plane is very big. I greet the flight attendants and show my boarding pass politely. Inside the plane, I look for my seat and place my bag in the overhead bin. Sitting down and fastening my seatbelt makes everything feel real and serious. When I sit in my seat, I like to look out the window if I can. I watch the ground crew working and planes moving around. The safety instructions are familiar, but I still listen carefully. I adjust my seat and take out my headphones. This is the moment when I feel calm and safe. The airplane feels like a small world above the ground. I also enjoy looking out the window because it makes me feel closer to the sky. When the plane starts moving, I feel a little nervous but also amazed. I like hearing the engine sound because it tells me the journey is beginning. During takeoff, I take deep breaths and stay quiet. Once we are in the air, I feel proud and relaxed. During the flight, I try to stay comfortable and relaxed. I drink water and sometimes eat a small snack. I enjoy looking at the clouds and watching the map on the screen. Time feels different in the air. I think about where I am going and what I will do there. Flying makes me feel small, but also connected to the world in a special way. On the plane, I usually read, listen to music, or close my eyes for a short rest. I like when the cabin lights are soft and calm. Sometimes I talk quietly with the person next to me, but often I enjoy silence. Flying gives me time away from daily life. I feel peaceful knowing that I am moving towards something new and meaningful. When turbulence happens, I feel a little scared, even if it is normal. I hold the armrest and remind myself that everything is okay. The flight attendants stay calm, and that helps me feel better. I look around and see other passengers staying relaxed. These moments teach me patience and trust. When it ends, I feel proud for staying calm. Turbulence makes me uncomfortable too, but I try not to show it. I focus on my breathing and think positive thoughts. I know pilots are trained and experienced. Watching the crew stay calm helps a lot. After turbulence, I feel relieved and thankful. It reminds me that traveling also means accepting small fears and learning to stay strong in difficult moments. As the plane starts to land, I feel excited again. I look out the window and see the ground getting closer. My ears feel strange, but I swallow to help. Landing feels like finishing a long story. When the plane touches the ground, I smile without thinking. I feel happy and thankful for a safe journey and ready for the next adventure. Landing is my favorite part because it means we arrived safely. I feel a sense of success and comfort. I listen to the sound of the wheels touching the ground and relax my body. When the plane slows down, I start thinking about the airport and what comes next. This final moment in the air feels peaceful. I am grateful for a smooth flight and ready to step into a new place. During the middle of the flight, I sometimes feel a little bored, but I try to stay positive and relaxed. I look at the small screen in front of me and watch a simple movie or listen to soft music. I stretch my legs carefully and drink more water. Being in the air for a long time teaches me patience. I remind myself that every minute brings me closer to my destination. In the middle of the flight, I notice how quiet the cabin becomes. Some passengers are sleeping and others are reading or watching something. I enjoy this calm atmosphere because it feels peaceful and safe. I think about my plans after landing and imagine walking in a new place. Flying gives me time to think slowly without stress. This quiet time feels valuable and comforting. When the flight attendants bring food and drinks, I feel a little happier. Even a small meal feels special in the air. I say thank you and smile because kindness matters. Eating on a plane is different, but I enjoy the experience. I take small bites and relax. This moment makes the flight feel warmer and more human, not just a long wait in the sky. I also enjoy when food is served because it breaks the time and gives me something to do. I appreciate the effort of the flight attendants and always thank them. The taste may be simple, but the experience is interesting. Eating while flying still feels amazing to me. It reminds me how technology connects people and places. Small moments like this make traveling more enjoyable. Sometimes I look around the cabin and feel connected to the people near me. We are all sharing the same space and time. Even without speaking, I feel a quiet understanding. Everyone has their own reason for flying. This thought makes me feel calm and respectful. Being part of this shared journey helps me feel less alone and more confident during the flight. Looking around the cabin also gives me a sense of connection. I see different ages and faces, and it reminds me that travel is universal. Even in silence, there is shared trust. We trust the plane, the crew, and the journey. This feeling is powerful and comforting. It helps me relax and enjoy the flight more, knowing we are all moving together safely. As time passes, I notice the light outside change slowly. The sky looks beautiful from above, and I feel grateful for this view. I take a deep breath and relax my shoulders. Flying helps me slow down and observe small details. These moments stay in my memory for a long time. They remind me why traveling is special and meaningful to me. Watching the sky change colors from the window makes me feel peaceful. It is something I cannot see from the ground. I feel lucky to experience this view. The clouds look soft and endless. Moments like this make the long flight feel shorter. I forget about time and focus on the beauty outside. This calm feeling stays with me even after landing. Before landing, the captain speaks again, and I listen carefully. I prepare my seat and fasten my seatbelt. I feel a mix of excitement and relief. I check my bag and make sure everything is ready. This final moment in the air feels peaceful. I am grateful for a smooth flight and ready to step into a new place. After leaving the plane, I follow the signs to passport control. My legs feel a little tired, but my mind is active and curious. I hold my passport and documents carefully. Waiting in line makes me feel impatient, but I understand it is necessary. When the officer checks my passport and lets me pass, I feel free and happy to enter a new place.
Passport control is always serious and quiet. I stand straight and answer questions clearly. I respect the process because it keeps everyone safe. When the officer stamps my passport, I feel a small sense of achievement. It means I am officially here. After that, I walk toward baggage claim with a relaxed feeling, knowing the journey is almost complete.
At the baggage claim area, I wait and watch the luggage belt slowly move. I feel tired but hopeful. I look carefully for my suitcase and feel happy when I finally see it. Lifting it makes me feel strong and independent. This moment is simple but satisfying. Getting my luggage means everything went well, and I can continue my trip smoothly.
Waiting for luggage can be boring, but I use the time to relax. I watch people find their bags and leave with smiles. When my suitcase appears, I feel relieved. I check it quickly to make sure it is okay. Holding my suitcase again makes the journey feel complete. Now I am ready to leave the airport and explore what is outside.
After customs, I walk toward the exit and feel a change in the air. The airport behind me feels like a memory already. I see people waiting, signs, and transportation options. I take a deep breath and smile. Airports are places of movement, but leaving one always feels calm. I feel proud of myself for traveling and managing everything well.
Leaving the airport always gives me mixed feelings. I feel tired, but also refreshed. I like seeing the outside world after a long flight. The airport did its job, and now life continues again. I take my time choosing transportation and checking directions. Walking out of the airport feels like stepping into a new chapter full of possibilities and experiences.
After collecting my suitcase, I take a moment to check the signs around me. I want to be sure I am going in the right direction. Airports can be big and confusing, especially in a new country. I follow the arrows slowly and stay calm. Asking for help is okay if I feel unsure. This part of the journey makes me feel independent and responsible for myself.
I also stop and look around after baggage claim because it is easy to get lost. I read the signs carefully and compare them with my plan. Airports are designed to guide people, but patience is important. I enjoy this moment because it feels like solving a small problem. Finding the right way makes me feel confident and ready to continue my trip.
When I walk toward the arrival hall, I see many people waiting with signs and smiles. This makes me feel warm and emotional. Airports are places of goodbye and reunion. Even if no one is waiting for me, I feel happy watching others meet. It reminds me that travel connects people. I smile softly and feel grateful for safe arrival and new memories ahead.
Seeing people meet in the arrival hall always touches my heart. Some people laugh, others cry, and some hug tightly. These moments feel very human and real. Airports show true emotions. Watching this makes me feel calm and thankful. Even when I travel alone, I feel connected to others. This atmosphere reminds me why travel is important beyond just moving places.
Before leaving the airport, I stop for a moment and take a deep breath. I feel tired, but also satisfied. I managed the journey step by step. From check-in to landing, everything is now complete. Walking toward the exit feels slow and peaceful. I am ready to start the next part of my trip. The airport experience stays in my heart as a lesson.
As I walk out of the airport doors, I feel a change in energy. Fresh air and new sounds welcome me. I feel relaxed and ready. The airport did its job, and now real life begins again. I adjust my bag and move forward calmly. Each arrival reminds me that travel builds confidence. I feel prepared to explore, learn, and enjoy what comes next.
After collecting my suitcase, I start thinking about transportation. I check signs for taxis, buses, and trains. Choosing the right option makes me feel responsible and grown up. I like planning calmly and not rushing. Sometimes I ask for help in airport staff, and they are usually kind. This part of the airport teaches me how to make simple decisions in a new place and trust myself more.
Transportation is also important for me after arrival. I compare prices and time to choose what fits best. Airports can be busy, so staying calm helps a lot. I enjoy figuring things out step by step. When I finally choose my ride, I feel relaxed. This moment means the airport journey is ending. I am now moving into the city and real life outside.
While waiting for my ride, I sit quietly and look back at the airport building. I feel thankful for a safe flight and smooth arrival. Traveling can be tiring, but it also makes me stronger. Airports show me how to be patient and organized. I smile because I did everything on my own. This feeling gives me confidence and happiness as I prepare to leave.
Waiting outside the airport gives me time to reflect. I think about the flight and everything that went well. Even small successes feel important. Airports test patience and attention, but they also reward calm behavior. I feel proud of myself for handling the journey smoothly. Standing there with my bag, I feel ready. The airport chapter is closing, and the next one is beginning.
As my ride arrives, I place my suitcase inside and take one last look at the airport. It feels strange how fast everything passes. A few hours ago, I was in the air, and now I am here. Airports teach me that change happens quickly. I feel calm, excited, and a little tired. I am ready to rest and enjoy what comes next.
When I get into my ride, I finally relax my shoulders. The journey through the airport is finished. I feel quiet inside and comfortable. Looking out the window, I see new streets and signs. The airport is now behind me. This transition feels smooth and natural. Travel reminds me that every ending leads to a new beginning, and I welcome it with confidence.
Leaving the airport area, I start thinking about my plans, where I will go first and what I will see. My mind feels active again. Airports may be busy, but they prepare me for adventure. I am thankful for the experience and lessons. This journey through the airport helped me grow. I am ready to continue my story with a positive heart.
As we drive away, I feel satisfied and peaceful. Airports are challenging, but they also bring opportunities. Each trip teaches me something new about patience and trust. I feel calm knowing I arrived safely. Now I can focus on enjoying my destination. The airport experience is complete, and I carry its lessons with me as I move forward with confidence.
Thinking about the airport experience, I realize how many emotions it brings, from nervousness to excitement, from waiting to moving. Everything feels meaningful. Airports teach me patience and confidence. They remind me that traveling is not only about the destination, but also about the journey itself. Each airport visit helps me grow and feel more comfortable with new experiences.
I feel the same about airports because they are places where stories begin and end. They show human emotions clearly and honestly. Traveling through an airport helps me understand myself better. I learn to stay calm, organized, and open-minded. Every time I leave an airport, I carry memories and lessons with me, ready to move forward with confidence and curiosity.